This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
So it's Monday.
I literally put those on for like 5 seconds and he comes in with the camera. No, I don't look like that in the office usually.
So, what's on today?
We've got a quiet day in the office today. Jacob was actually in a rather unfortunate accident this weekend. I will wait for him to explain that to you on later episodes of this vlog. But so it's just me and Lucy in now. Hopefully Charlotte's going to be coming in a bit later on, and Abby's at court because she's on jury duty. So it's just me and Lucy. And Sam, obviously, killing it in the office. This week's a bit more mental. Lots more sales coming up this week, so enjoy.
Super. You photos.
Cool. I'm really sure.
There's the team from Friday.
Can we move left or right?
No, because I haven't downloaded them.
God. Alright, next one.
Because if it's bad, it goes on the vlog.
I like that one.
It's good. And the last one.
So as you've seen, over the last few weeks, our client base has been rapidly expanding, and one of the main things that keeps coming up from these new clients is that during their previous marketing experience and the marketing of their product in the last sort of 12 months or so, the engagement rates and the success rates of these campaigns have been plummeting. It's absolutely been plummeting, and some of the numbers that are being shown to us really bolster what it is that we're for here at Avalanche, and that what we're for is nurturing long-term campaigns that develop value and give a valuable experience to a potential prospect. Give a valuable experience. Focus on what it is the customer actually wants. One of our clients is a wine company, and what we said to them today was, why don't we do something that the customer actually wants to listen to? You want to sell wine to them, but they don't want to just see bottles of wine. They want to see an experience that makes them want to buy wine. So let's do wine reviews, wine tasting reviews, things like that. And understanding that and understanding the customer experience is what differentiates your business. And that's what differentiates us, really, is understanding that. What a lot of marketing companies do is they focus way too much on the fluffy engagement and the nice, successful numbers, when in fact it's the stuff that sells that's the success, right? It's the sale. But to get to the sale, you've got to really understand what it is your customer wants. So think about that when you're next developing your marketing strategies. Right, so one of the main questions that I often get asked is, how did you raise the capital in order to buy properties? And I feel that's a really fair question for a young entrepreneur, and an entrepreneur that's potentially not got huge amounts of credit history or huge amounts of business experience or huge amounts of on paper experience, yet is more knowledgeable than the average investor that can raise finance easier than you. And that was my problem. I'd read a lot of books, I had a lot of knowledge, but I didn't have the long-term credit experience and the experience in terms of my age that the commercial lenders wanted. The first property was difficult. It was really hard, and we had to get creative. We had to understand that you used mortgage hosts, things like that, and we invested the capital, the down capital, as we would call it. And then used a partner of ours to raise the mortgage, and that worked, and we made a lot of money on the first deal. We then did that again and again, and to the point where we gained control over lots of properties using more creative ways. We've also bought a lot of properties, so now we've got the experience as a limited company to raise finance. So I would say that use mortgage hosts, use creative ways to get hold of property and control property, and build your experience as a limited company, and then start raising through the limited company, because that's what's going to enable you to get into the lending experience and get into being able to raise finance at a young age, and especially if you're into property or into investments or you want to raise capital for your business. It's super key.
It looks good today, does it?
So it's Tuesday. What are you guys doing?
Work. Client work.
Super fun.
The girls are finishing their client work off, and I'm working on some productivity.
Productivity. Explain.
Social media to do, so things to sort of bolster our social media campaigns, working on the business to do, stuff to do with our new product, and then stuff to do with our 5 ways, which I'm going to use post-it notes to now make everyone jobs. So fun stuff.
Sick.
Pardon?
You're going to be unhealthy and go to McDonald's.
Yeah, because everyone else wants nuggets.
Nuggets. It's nug life.
Yeah, the nug life chose me. But I have got one more client. Online, people just don't do that anymore. That's a lot of talk.
What was that?
It's me stealing Josh's line.
So it's Wednesday.
That's far too zoomed in.
How's it going?
Good morning from HQ. Jacob is now back in the office.
Back in the office after a very exciting
Don't
trip to Northern Ireland, which
Ended in what?
it ended very
Domestic
well, but the car crash in the middle was less than expected. But I'm back and on the road to recovery.
Well, yeah. Good. At least you're okay. And
Maybe we should do that again without Josh shouting domestic violence in the background. This is my first day back. So last week I went on a trip to Northern Ireland where I took Thursday and Friday off so I could go and have a little bit of a break, which was fine, and that was all prepared for and ready. And I knew that when I came back I'd have some work to catch up on based on me not being here, not being able to be client facing over that time. But the thing about being an entrepreneur and owning and running your own business is that there's things that you can't prepare for, which you then have to deal with. So when I was in Ireland on Saturday night, I was in a car crash, which actually meant that I had to take Monday and Tuesday off work as well because I couldn't travel back to England. And so now it's Wednesday, and instead of just having 2 days worth of work that I've got to catch up on and get back into the swing of being in the office, which has been operating without me for those 2 days, I've got 4 days worth of work to catch up on. So that's where it comes in, that it's really important for us to be building a team that's able to work when we can't or when we have to go away or step away from things. And because we've now got the girls in, we were able to have them take over some of the client work that I needed to do, and Josh was able to explain to my clients what the situation was and why I wasn't able to be client facing at that time. I still probably shouldn't be client facing while I've got such a beautiful bruise, but you got to do what you got to do. But it's just quite interesting to see the impact that it's had, having to be away because of something unpredictable out of my control, and then having to step back in partway through a work week while everything's up in the air and there's so much to catch up on, so much that I wasn't here for. So it's quite exciting having to do all that, but at the same time it's difficult. But that's why it's great that we are building such a well-coordinated team that we're able to do these things when disaster strikes.
Saying that. Oh, I see. Yeah, so she briefed us and it was...
Wait, what's this? What's the story?
It's for
Oh, is this your success story?
my success story. Yeah. I won a viral video competition for a company.
How can you phrase that into something that will go on as a success story?
I just put came first place in viral video competition.
I want a European.
Make sure you mention
Viral
I
video
won a
competition.
European viral video competition.
Okay, yeah, so you, make
want
sure you have
a-
European. Oh.
That is so cool. Oh yeah.
So, Josh is now sorting a proposal out, and we are now going to go live to Josh while he tells us what it's all about.
We're going live to Josh. Yeah, so basically what I'm doing right now is not marketing. It's for the investment company Groves Bardsley. So part of what we do alongside buying properties and developing properties is we use something called rent to rent, which is the idea of renting a property or corporate letting a property from a person who has, it could be a 4-bedroom property, it could be a 10-bedroom property. What we'll do with that is we'll rent it off of them at a nominal price, maybe market value, then turn it into what's called a house of multiple application, or a HMO. Then rent it to our contacts in the corporate world. In this case, it's the NHS. So I'm developing a model, developing the costs, I'm making sure that all the costs stack up, and this is a new property we've got over in Bridgend, next to the hospital in Bridgend. So I'm making sure that all the costs stack up so that I can take the proposal to investors and not in it all work, and we can technically do it and get another property on the books. That's pretty much it.
Kind word and say, oh, keep going. I need to get that in a catchy, grabby way. Grabby is a weird word. Don't put that in. Abby.
You're pumped.
Yeah.
Right. So now we're going to spend the next few hours actually working out our 5 ways based on the last few weeks' transactions. I'm going to have the girls here with me now to help me understand what the 5 ways is. So Lucy, you can start.
Leads times conversion equals the number of customers.
Yes. Charlotte?
And then you times that by the average pound sale and the average retention rate.
And that equals what?
Revenue.
And what's revenue? Lucy?
That is the amount of money you make.
Total sales?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you times that by?
Margins, and then you
which
get
equals?
your profit.
Exactly. So we're going to find out all of these sort of 5 things. By the way, revenue, customers, and profits don't count in the 5 ways. You can't work those out. So we've actually got to work out our leads, our conversion rate, our average pound sale, our average number of transactions, and then our margins. Then we can sort of figure out what needs working on. Now.
Okay.
That is 5. So, Jake, how many sales have you got?
5 actual or 5 net?
5 actual.
So net 3.
Yeah.
So Jake has been up all week then.
I don't want to hear excuses. Car accidents don't excuse sales. Do they, Jacob?
I'm working on it. I'm still able to try and get hold of Natalie. She's dishing my calls. So, today is a very special occasion here at Avalanche Enterprise because it is the first birthday for one of the team. And so, how do we celebrate birthdays properly?
We sing.
We don't
Oh, I was not going to sing.
No,
I was going to say,
we have pizza.
we had our Dominoes,
We've got donuts there.
Halloween donuts.
we've got donuts, and the
most
birthday girl
gorgeous.
herself brought in banana cake.
It's not very. It tastes better than it looks. It's really yummy.
We
but
certainly
it
hope
doesn't-
so.
It looks a bit. It's a bit of a flop, but it's good. It's good, tasty.
So, Charlotte, how has it been working on your birthday?
Lovely.
What are you not allowed
Cups
to call
of tea.
this?
This is not work. This is fun. This
Yeah.
is just one
So-
type of fun in
so-
my life.
See, what word are you never allowed to say again?
Work.
Yeah, that.
So I've been at fun today. It's been fun being at fun today. How would I describe it? Fun. Yeah, it's been nice.
What are you going to do after this?
I'm going to St Albans, and then tomorrow I'm going to Bruges for a couple of
For what?
days. For another type of fun.
And it got weird really fast.
Well, I'm not allowed to call. This is fun. So if I'm going on holiday
can
to have
call-
fun,
You can
It's
call
another
holiday
kind of
work.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going off to work in Bruges.
Yeah.
Drinking Belgian beer, you know, it's a hard life. But yeah, it's been nice. It's not been too taxing. I've
Excellent.
eaten lots, so can't complain.
I think we should have birthdays more often
Yeah.
with pizza, donuts, and
We
cake.
missed mine.
Can't
because-
really go wrong.
We missed mine because Jacob was off gallivanting around an island, which ended very well.
Gallivanting. I was in a car crash.
Yeah, but you were there to gallivant, and then
Yeah.
you just ended up in a car crash and ended up staying a week. It was all planned, wasn't it?
Lots of people said that to me. They asked, do we need proof? Do I need to send an insurance report to Josh?
You should. You should have sent me. Yeah. God, Jacob, what are you thinking? Now I've only got 5 days. Now I've got a week to hit sales targets that, you know, are pretty hefty. So we're going to be.
Ooh, that was
Actually,
painful.
that should be fine on there. Though.
So, we are entering the last week of October.
Oh, I don't want to do that. That's a Sharpie. Are we doing that?
We do not want to use a
I haven't
Sharpie.
got a pen, but this should be 5. I'll just do that and make it.
So that is 5. We are halfway to our sales target. And so next week, we've got some leads already in the pipeline that we're going to be able to hopefully close next week. But next week's going to be a tough week, and we're going to be using all our different lead generation strategies to get as many people into the pipeline as we can, so we can hit that target, and then hopefully get some new iMacs for the office.
Hopefully, I know that language, Jacob.
Yes.
Take 2, so that we can get some new iMacs for the office.
So that we can get some new Macs.
While we fun. Not while we work, while we fun.
This is why you need to be aiming for businesses that are above £1 million. So your starting price can be 2095. and you can work your way from that.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, the bigger the client, the bigger the fee. That is for sure. And you find
How many clients have you got if it was 2095? So,
20.
How many clients are you on at the minute?
So that's the end to another amazing week here at Avalanche HQ. We're still actually here. It's actually coming up to 6 o'clock on a Friday night. We had a team meeting in terms of marketing and going through everything for November, as October is coming to a close, which is absolutely insane. I say October's coming to a close, it's like the 21st, but to us that's coming to a close. We've got to get ready for that next month, and then obviously into December, which is insane. So look, I hope you've enjoyed this week. We really enjoyed filming it. We did a lot more filming this week than we did last week, so we hope that the content's been valuable and you've enjoyed watching it also. Thank you. See you next week.